everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Loss of Lieutenant. This is episode 155. It'll be the BCB 2025 recap and also a surprise winners interview. I'm joined tonight by co-host Nick.
Hello.
Tristan.
Hello.
And the man who, against all odds, forever bridesmaid, now the bride for the first time in his life, won Burn City Brawl. Val, how are you doing?
G'day. Doing very well, thank you. A bit annoyed that the winner is the second line of the episode title.
Oh, you'll survive. Now, Val, it is very important. You are actually like the focus of this episode, so we do need you to stay awake the whole episode.
I want to see if we can crack 4 hours.
100%.
Not happening.
All right. So, for a quick recap of Bird City Brawl 2025, for those of you who may have forgotten or weren't quite aware, it's the largest Australian event, I think, at this point.
Debatable.
I think it shuffles with
CanCon?
CanCon, and Border Bash is getting close.
Yeah.
So
Australia has like 3 really big events now, which is great. So we played down at the Gaming Arena in Coburg, which is a spectacular venue for a tournament. We were also able to stream all 5 rounds with, for my money, the most professional Infinity streaming setup I have ever seen in my life.
Just not the most professional casters.
Not the most professional casters. The missions for Burn City Brawl were Hammer of Dawn, which is my custom mission on day 1, B-Pong, Evacuation, and then on day 2 we had Firefight and Capture and Protect. And after this, I'm going to hand it over to the man who lives and breathes stats and spreadsheets like no one else I've ever met in my life. Nick, tell us about Burn City Brawl.
Okay, so I guess start off with some TO perspective. Probably the biggest takeaway I had from the rounds that I TO'd, we had enough TOs to have one person roaming around and one person stationed at the desk. And that worked amazingly, especially for having 50 players out there.
Yeah.
Having one TO that just constantly roamed around, I even got feedback from the players that it was really helpful because it allowed them. So sometimes you're playing a game at a tournament and the players have a question, but it's not a big question. And it's not necessarily worth stopping the game and taking 5 minutes to go get the TO and bring them over. And having a TO just wandering around, a lot of players were able to, if something like that came up, go, oh, wait, there's a TO right here. Or I could hear them go, like, would you like me to ask a TO? I was like, I'm right here. So, yeah, I think we definitely should do that in the future for events this size. Any other feedback from you two as you TO'd the rounds?
I would actually say we had like 4.5 TOs because Jordan kind of put all his responsibility on Jacob.
I did.
And made.
What do you mean all of my responsibility? He played 2 rounds of Infinity. Oh no.
Yeah, he's like, boss, I want to tap out, boss. Don't make me play another. And Jordan's like, get the fuck back in there.
Yeah, get the fuck back in there, soldier. I didn't say you could stop.
So I don't think Jordan played a game. Oh no, you played one. Oh no, you didn't. Oh okay.
No, he managed to shut that off every time.
Okay, so
I did 3 rounds of commentary and then did 2 rounds of wandering around and being a very helpful TO person.
Yep. It was a lot of fun. Having that amount of TOs is just good for running a tournament. Like Kevin by himself running Border Bash sometimes just feels like stress.
It also meant that
and it turns out the secret to having.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it turns out the secret to having a really good stream for the event as well is just borrow 40 grand of AV equipment. Just do that. It's really easy, apparently.
Yeah, and having enough TOs that if one of the TOs wanted to duck out and grab coffee or something like that, it wasn't an issue because there was someone to cover for them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
After some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Val, how did you feel about all the extra TOs on the floor for the event?
How was the event for you, Val, in terms of smoothness?
No, that was great. It was the second best event after Arcanicon I've ever been to.
After CanCon?
Arcanicon.
What's that?
I'm glad you asked, actually. It is the it is the event where sportsmanship, painting, and gentlemanship all matter. And that's another tournament I won and did not get an episode for. So, yes.
Oh, Arc.
Arc, that's right.
I didn't recognize through your thick accent, Val.
I see.
There's a common thread here. Both your two favorite events were both run by me, so
wow,
I must be doing something right.
I love your two's relationship. It's so adorable. Hey Nick, would you like to tell us? You've done graphs. Like I need to hear you break these down.
Okay, so I wanted to look at how the scenarios played out, because we had a really weird mix of scenarios, much more difficult than most tournaments, and a lot of the scenarios were the more complicated ones, as two of them were two of the scenarios that were, of the three scenarios, kept between ITS 16 and 17. So I first looked at the distribution of the objective points. So for both Hammer and Dawn and Beepong, both really good. Like, nice spread. Scores went all the way from 10 to 0. And Hammer Dawn was a little bit heavier toward the middle, but both of them really nicely distributed. Evac, I can understand from this why they made the change in Evac for ITS 17.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a clump, and it's down at the bottom.
Yeah,
it peaks out. The mean OP in evacuation was 2.8.
0, 10, 0, like 0, 8, 9, or 10 OP is like,
yes.
Yep.
So with the changes in ITS 17 moving 2 OP from HVTs to classifieds should shift that curve nicely. Because right now, yeah, that looks like just a scenario that's too difficult to score OP on.
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, to score more than 7, absolutely.
Yeah. Firefight, not looking as good. It was weighted to the top and the bottom. And then Capture and Protect was weird. I'm not quite sure how to discuss that. There's a few people who scored 9 or 10, and then there's this gap, and a few people who scored some, and then most people, the most common number scored was 1. Mm-hmm. 14 of the 48 people scored 1 OP.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like a hideous number of like aggressively defensive games of Capture and Protect being played where it came down to the classified.
Yes.
Yep, so it was either the classified, and the 9 and 8s are people just smashing. There's no 7 8s, because that would be kind of, balanced, That would be an even game. There's never such a thing as an even game of Capture and Protect.
Yeah. But if we then look at the tournament points, again, Hammer of Dawn and Beepong, both really good. We had, for both of those, had 12 out of the 50 players who didn't score a 5 or a 0. So about 25% fell in between the two extremes, which I think is a pretty good quantity. Yeah, to get some spread in there. Although I will note that Hammer of Dawn had 3 draws, and 2 of them had the offense bonus with that draw.
Yeah.
Love my mission.
Evac definitely reflects the overall low score. So not as many, very few 5s. Most of the wins were 4s. But there's also the most 1s. We had 11 people score 1 tournament point in Evac.
Yep.
And quite a few of those scored one tournament point off of 0 OP.
Mm-hmm. That makes
because
absolute sense.
Their opponent only scored 1 or 2 OP, and so they got defensive bonus just because their opponent didn't manage to score enough to get away from 0 OP.
Jesus Christ. And Firefight is just two fucking
Firefight
towers on either end of the graph.
Yeah, this is probably one of the reasons that I don't like Firefight as a tournament scenario, because it doesn't really, like, it just separates win versus loss. It's not granular.
I don't think that. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily.
I'd rather see it more like Hammer Dawn and Beepong, where there's a decent number in the middle.
Yeah.
Whereas with Firefight, there were only 5 people who didn't score a 5 or a 0.
Yeah,
and two of those were a draw.
I think it's like very much two distinct like styles of approaching Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who like really big decisive games, and people who like much more like granular, like individual type of games, and it's just sort of whichever one you fall onto kind of dictates how you're going to feel about Firefight. Mm-hmm. Unless you're Val, who loves everything that CB do.
I think Firefight's sorry, go ahead, Val.
Oh no, I'm just saying correct. CB have not made a mistake. They have diversity of missions on purpose. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And then Capture and Protect was also weird, but it kind of reflected that the OP was weirdly distributed. I think part of that is not just that it's Capture and Protect, but that it was round 5.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone had enough energy left to actually make it through Capture and Protect.
I will say I had the most TO calls in round 5, and there was a solid chunk of them that were for some like insanely basic things that people have obviously just like too fried to remember.
Yep.
Yeah. So with this, I'm glad that Capture and Protect has been replaced by Hard Lock. I think that's a good call. Capture and Protect, I love the concept of the mission, but it either gets off the ground and flies, or you just grind out and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have something looking at like the next graph, if that's okay, like the next page.
Yeah.
So full transparency. Like I think at the end of round 5, I saw that Val had won, and I think I was talking to Nick and a couple of other people. Where I'm like, yeah, Val won his game. I don't know if he won the tournament, but it turns out there was actually like a good gap. I thought it was a lot closer at the top than I think it ended up being.
So with this, with the final OP and the final TP at the end of the tournament, you guys picked a really good scenario selection, because we've got a nice distribution in here, but neither graph tops out or bottoms out. So you managed to center it where we got a really good spread. The final OP definitely shows how tough the missions were. The highest scoring OP was 34 out of 50.
Which, when you think about it, is actually quite low, considering Jordan, when you won Border Bash for the second time, you had like 46 OP or something stupid.
I don't know. This isn't about me though.
Often in Infinity tournaments, you'll see people who go on to win all 5 games end up with 40 plus OP. So yeah, seeing the fact that no one even cracked 40 in this tournament is huge.
Yeah,
and so, you weren't the top OP scorer either, Val. I don't think.
No.
No, Val was like 32, I think.
Oh, okay.
A sec. Hang on, let me sort it.
I really like the mission lineup for the fact, from the challenging point of view, where every OP mattered, because the OP really shifted you up and down the standings. I thought it was really
huge. I do feel but correct me if I'm wrong, Val. This felt like a mission lineup that was like absolutely tailored to the way you play Infinity.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I'll take the compliment, but look, it's just difficult. It's really difficult Infinity, and it rewards. Yeah, killing is the missions are so hard that if you focus on killing, you're probably going to fall behind the mission. So, yeah, so I guess maybe to a degree it does.
I think
Val
it does.
was, let's do 3, 4, 5. Val was tied for 6th with
Oh my
27 OP.
27 OP.
Yep.
That's right.
Barely above
Yeah.
5 average.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a fraud.
Oh, no, it just shows that like
You only need 5 OP and you only need a win.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On man is yep, only need 5, baby.
Yeah. Because at that
Oh,
Val won with 23 out of 50 or 23 out of 25 TP.
Yep.
And second place had 21.
Yep.
So and if I recall, I think when we got to 5th place, Luke only had 3 wins, but he had 2 draws.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's why when the final round was called, I genuinely didn't know if Val was going to win or not because it was so hotly contested at the top. And I know you had did you have a couple of like small wins as well, Val, or was it all majors? I can't remember.
The last round was a minor win. It was 2-1.
Yeah, the last round was a small one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Evac was a minor.
Yep.
So was Capture Protect. Actually, during my game with my Hector was, I think Kirby or somebody came over and Hector says, yeah, we're probably, one of us is probably going to, as in one of us is probably going to get leapfrogged. Hector had a feeling because he saw how tight the game was.
Yeah.
Yeah. After I heard your final score was 2-1, and knowing how much each of those OP is actually going to matter, I didn't know if anyone at final table was actually going to podium.
Yeah.
No, I was pretty sure Hector was, because Hector had scored pretty well throughout the event. I thought Hector was going to come second, honestly, but then yeah, Kirby leapfrogged a bit, and Val really did well to sort of get that top spot.
Yeah.
It was a super contested podium, which is awesome to see. I guess speaking of the top 5,
all right,
we had
it's time to get
5th place. Or do you want to go through this, Tristan?
Oh, sure. These are names that are like, if we were to pick 5 people to be in the top 5, I'd probably take Val out, but the other 4 you could reliably say would be like in any top 5.
You bastard.
5th is
Luke.
Luke.
Who are you replacing? Who are you replacing Val then with in the top 5? Like Ivory?
No. Fuck. What's another good player? Jesus. Frank, maybe.
Sorry, tangent, please. Yeah, tangent, please. Read through the top 5.
In 5th we had Luke, who is 5th a lot of the time. 4th we had Lachlan Summers, who is top 5 like every event I see him. 3rd is Hector, who either wins or gets really close to winning or comes like 20th. 2nd place is Ryan Kirby's favourite spot in a tournament. And obviously Val is 1st with Tunguska.
I'm offended because I've been pretty consistently in the top like 10 for a long time. So
You have.
So Tristan,
Val, I've made multiple top 10s too. Like
one day events with 16 players. Well done.
Fight, kiss, fight, kiss.
He said top 5, whereas we would expect Val to be in the top 2 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Val, you're a top 10 player that's won a tournament. Like
Thanks, man.
Luke and Kirby, they're top 5 players that never win tournaments.
Oh, Kirby won. Kirby won the last BCB actually.
He did.
Kirby won. Yeah, he won last BCB.
He did. Same thing with Summers. Summers just comes top 5 all the time, but he never wins.
Yeah, every tournament. I think he had like there was a bit of a rough stretch like a year or 2 ago maybe, but then he's just sort of
A year or two ago, he was smashing people with an avatar and winning events. I actually think everyone in this top 5 except Luke has won a 2-day. No, Luke's won a 2-day. Luke won BCB 5 years ago. Everyone here is a champion, basically. This list is just a Shark Tank, and it's scary. And they're always going to be top 5.
Australia is a Shark Tank.
It really is.
Yes.
All right. Enough about people. Let's talk about lists and get Val's professional opinion. So, it's Assassins. Luke on Assassins. Some very strange lists, but let's go through it. So, the first list, we have 7 regulars and 1 irregular. We've got double boarding shotgun for days. We've got a Farzan mine layer. We've got a Farzan FO. Rajik Hacker. A Nadir with Flaming Spear. A Flash Pulse. And a Smoke Grenades Emurat Mutt, which is an interesting choice. Group 2 is 5 regular and 2 irregular with attack aware. We've got the Muya Patriarch. We've got the Asawira Disco Baller, the Asawira AP Spitfire. We've got a Baggage Bot, a Missile Bot, a Jammer Mutt this time, and Mick Murrow. And you'll notice the list is missing 5 points because the list has gotten 5 points cheaper since BCB. This is a really, really weird list. And I think Luke's one of the only people that could make it work.
Was it just
Mick Murrow went down 4 points.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Jeez.
Yep.
I faced this list. I faced the other iteration of this list where he didn't have Mick Murrow. And Luke kept complaining that he would run out of steam with this list. And he did basically have to capitalize on a lead and then try hold it.
Yep.
Luke's super strength is the way he uses for days. He's incredible with it, and the Suje, he's quite good with that, and the Mutts as well. But I haven't faced it with the McMurrow in it, so I don't know how that changes the list.
I think the list is very reactive. You've only got 8 and 8 orders in each group. There's nothing really super strong. Like an Asawira is great. As soon as it kills something, it's kind of like whatever. But you really have to play around with like Farzans and Mutts and Nadirs and Fidays. Like you have to be sneaky.
You want to trade that Asawira Impetuous for like 3 to 4 enemy models if you can.
You kind of
trade the Frenzy. Sorry.
You kind of have to. Like you can't throw it away. You can't kill a Warcore and then go, the Asawira is done.
Yeah.
Having played Luke for a really long time, and I've never beaten him in a tournament, he literally stops me in every tournament. I think we've played maybe 6 times, and he's beaten me at every tournament, every time. It's frustrating. But the way Luke's evolved as a player, he's gone far more towards the cool and scalpel playstyle and list archetype from what he used to have. So you can, like you guys mentioned, there's no obvious big guns. It's all pieces that can have, I guess, specific strengths. And he is really good at utilizing those pieces.
You know what I'm noticing about this list as well? Oh, sorry.
Like it's no big guns, but both of them are still 5.5 Swick.
Yeah.
When I pimped these lists for him, and one of my critiques was I wasn't sure how the missile bot fit into it. And then after that, was at a games day with him, and we only had 3 people. So I watched and critiqued their games. And being able to sit down and watch Luke play through a full game with one of these lists, finally understood where the missile bot fits in.
There's no pitches.
There's no pitches, there's no barids. It's Nadir surprise attacking you, Mim 6 FO.
No, he was using them to fork AROs.
Fork AROs in what way?
How?
So having his forward observers in awkward positions where he forced the opponent to have to make awkward range band choices.
Oh, okay.
To prevent getting the forward observe.
Oh.
Because that way he can try to forward observe an ARO and then use his active turn to missile something. Also holding the Rajik back. If there's something that's straggling that he needs to missile, you drop the Rajik in. That's a whip 15 hacker, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
who can then be wherever it needs to, light something up, and then missile it. Like it's not the first play, but it also becomes a really strong ARO piece after the Fidays have done their work.
Yeah, because he's got 3 assassins. He's got the 2 Fidays, and then the Rajik dropping in can spotlight, and then you can guide it. So he uses it in that way. Really quite.
The second list is very much identical to the first. You trade Big Murrow for a TR Thunderbolt. The Farzans and Deer, the Fidays are all the same. The Mutts become both jammers. You get an Evo Hacker.
Yeah, this is the list I faced.
Yeah. It's a strange list. It's not something I'd ever run. I've kind of fallen out of love with the Muyib. It's just BS13, no mods, which isn't great. I feel like it kind of flops in a single order.
Yeah, but it just yeets those Asawira forward.
Yeah.
It's a tack-aware order. It's a tack-aware order that leaves behind a dude with a heavy rocket launcher and shoots your Asawira forward for free.
For 22 points, you get a dogged HRL arrow piece.
Yeah, that.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but like, I don't know.
But also the
what else? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, but it's also like it's almost like a trap as well, because he often lines up the hidden deploy model to fork you. So when you engage the Muyib, you also engage the hidden deploy troop. So it gives the opponent like somewhere to approach. So like lures the opponent. It's like, this is an obvious arrow piece you have. All right, well I guess I'll go shoot that because that's what you do. And then all of a sudden you're getting hit with the hidden deployment troop.
That's really good. I like that.
Makes sense. Yep.
It's like anglerfish.
100%.
I do think this is one of the lists where like it's not a list that you're going to be able to copy paste and do well with.
No.
There is a mindset attached to this list that you need to apply first.
This absolutely reeks of like I have tinkered with this over 1,000 years.
Unlike his brother's IA list, which is just HMG.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the first list was the main one, and then the second list was when he needed slightly more midfield specialists.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about the first of our Kestrel lists. It is Lachlan Summers, who, for those who don't know, is very renowned for not taking guns, and that kind of fits with the Kestrel theme. So the first list is called Tick Tick Bang Bang. We have a Crux Knight linked, I'm guessing, with a Fennec FO and a Fennec Paramedic. We have a Magistrate Chain of Command with 2 Jackals, both light rocket launchers. We've got 2 Yamabushis. We've got a Banshee Killer Hacker. Group 2 is the Tick Belang LT. It is a sensor bot with tack-aware, a Tech B, a EM Grenade Launcher Jackal with infiltration, a Flash Pulse, and another Banshee Killer Hacker. Tick Belangs are goddamn mean.
Yep. I like Lachlan's been talking, Summer's been talking to me a lot about the double Banshee, and he's a big believer in it, and I really do think it is actually probably the truth at this point. I don't know if it's double Killer Hacker all the time. I think the Wild Parrot has a lot of play as well, personally. But yeah, the double Banshee is just like super legit, and they're super good for like order intensive missions.
Is it both off the table? One off the table?
I believe it's both off the table.
Are they the drop troops or the hidden deployment ones? I was getting
drop troops.
Yeah, they're the drop troops.
They're the drop troop classified machines because they have MSV D charges, are medium infantry.
Yeah, okay.
And killer hacker as well. They do so much of the classified deck.
And with Border Skirmish, the previous ITS, they were just anywhere you wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
He played this list all 4 rounds that he won as well. He really likes the Crux just because it sort of does everything, moves decently fast, it shoots good, CC's decent, is a specialist, has stealth as well, which now that we've moved out of previous season, you can no longer give like a Hectari stealth, which is really big. So it is like a stealthy HI that sort of does everything. And the buddies he drags along kind of like just provide a bunch of extra utility with like a paramedic and the forward observer with the disco balls. And yeah, the combination of like mimetism with the tick and albedo on the knight gives you a gun for most occasions. And again, it's and all of that, and it's BS 14 with a AP HMG basically.
Yes.
That's 4 SWC across 2 lists. That's wild.
Oh yeah, you can very reasonably build like 2 Swick Kestrel lists, and they just bang.
So
Wild.
very similar to Luke, Lachlan's second list is virtually identical. You're adding a Beast Hunter, you're trading a Sensor Bot for a Firefly Engineer.
Yep.
I think the rest of it's pretty much the same.
You lose the second Banshee.
You lose the second Banshee.
No second Banshee, and this has the Beast Hunter in it where the previous list didn't.
Yeah.
He played this list specifically for Hammer of Dawn to try and get the tick into the enemy DZ with the Firefly because Engineer is good, especially if you're running forward with an LT like this. Unfortunately, he lost the one game he played with this list. He thinks the other list is just better than this one, which I think I might agree with. I quite like that first list a lot. The double, I'm really coming around on the double Banshee. I've built lists with it. I think for my list as well, one of the Kestrel lists I wrote, there was the specific request for the 2 Banshees, and it doesn't build as awkward as you think it will.
Yeah. Kestrel never builds as awkward as you think it will. You can give it the most ridiculous, like, you have to play 2 tags, and it will fill the list, and everything looks like it fits perfectly.
I'm just glad that CB released NCA, so Kestrel will be at least slept on, and we won't have to see it every tournament now. People will want to try to do shiny.
NCA have like such like shiny toy syndrome where like everything in it looks insane, and I think people are just going to jump on it like no one's business.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you one of those people, Tristan?
Yes, I'm the first. I was
What
the
happened
first.
to Tack?
Tack can suck a dick and they can.
You bastard.
You're on Tack, bro. How can I be on Tack when you're on Tack?
Yeah. Fair.
Exactly. Yeah, I really like the list. The only thing is, I hope Summers didn't forget that if you've got 1 stealthy dude and 2 not stealthy dudes, that you can still ARO the stealthy dude.
I think he did know that because I think he actually talked to me about it happening in a game.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on to the second Kestrels, the one that Val hates with a passion. It is Hector. We've got quite a few different lists now. Hector has like, Jesus Christ, his first list is incredible. So we have
Hector is an actual crazy person.
Hector makes stuff work. So we've got Tick Tag Trio. Group 1 is 7 regular, 3 irregular, and 4 Tack-Awares. We have the Tick Belang LT. We have the Tack-Aware Sensor Bot. We have a multi-HMG Squallow, a multi-Marksman Squallow, a Beast Hunter Magistrate with 2 Jackals, 1 of each variety. We've got a Flash Bot and a Mule Bot. And then Group 2 is just a Warcore and 2 EM Grenade Launcher Jackals. That is just... I hope you bounce off of me.
Did he say what he played this into?
I've played this list. I went over to his place after work, and he went first with this list. His first order was EM Grenade, the Jackal onto my Interventor Lieutenant. It was a very long game. It was a very long game for me. He took out my main, stop his tags, and he just fucking ran right over me. It was disgusting.
Did he say what missions he played this list into, or is this just like a vibe check?
I mean, it has to be like Hammer of Dawn and Firefight.
Has to be.
I think he only used this one list once. This is the list. I knew he had this list in his pocket. That's why I had to go first in our game, because I could risk him going first with that
That,
list.
that makes much more sense when you told us that you had to pick first turn. I'm like, I can't imagine Hector's list are that different, but no, one list is like a completely different breed of animal.
Yeah.
Well, you actually would have known from the LT roll whether or not he was playing this list or not.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes, because the tick is whip 13 and the Fennec Lieutenant is 12s.
Well, that would be nice.
Is this a winner's interview? I can't tell.
Unless I'm talking out of my ass, I'll check.
No,
you're
right. I'm pretty sure you're right.
I will still check it because otherwise I'm going to get
the only whip 12 tags now are the super expensive ones, like the cutter. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think the cutter is whip 13 as well.
Yep.
So the tick is whip 13.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So yeah, you would have known from the roll off, but I can understand the mistake because it was whip 12 for what, like 2 editions.
Yeah.
Right.
Hector's second list. I'm not even gonna. Well, Shadow Blade Bushcore. Okay. This is a really interesting list as well. We've got Richard Quinn, with a multi-marksman rifle. We have a Fennec missile launcher. What the fuck? We have the Fennec Thunderbolt with Mine Layer. We've got a Fennec LT and a decoy. We've got Bipandra with Tackaware attached to a Hetkari. Attached to not that. We have a Crux Knight. The AP SMG HD profile. I told you it was good. We've got a Beast Hunter. We've got a Jackal and Grenade Launcher. We've got in Group 2 a Blink, 2 Yamabushi, another Jackal EM Mine Launcher, and the Flashpot. And this is the dreaded list that Val played in round 5.
Yeah. I was searching for that Crux. I knew the Crux was there. I was searching for it with my sensor.
I knew because you guys have played so much?
Yeah, I've played both his lists. But he both of mine. So yeah, we both kind of knew what's coming. And yeah, I was kind of searching for it, but the zones, the 0G zones, cut the table in half, so my sensor bot couldn't go across and discover these other camera markers.
Totally. I will say Hector is one of those players where even more so, I think, than anyone else in Victoria, he's the only person that can win with his lists. Because, like, you look at these and, like, both of them look like they were written by a crazy person, but he came third.
This is a perfect Hector list in the sense that he's got a strong defensive base in the 5-man link. He's got multiple arrows. One has MSV, one has a big heavy missile launcher. He's got an attack piece of the Hektari, and he's got the flex piece with the Crux, as well as the close assault of Yamabushi and Beast Hunter. This is Hector through and through.
Oh, big time. It's just weird.
Yep.
It is very strange. Hector saw that Crux Knight had crazy koalas and was starting to slobber.
Yeah, but the other one has crazy koalas too. The fucking forward deploy multi-marksman rifle one has crazy koalas.
Don't have the points.
Yeah, it doesn't have the points probably, and probably likes the hidden deployment as well.
Oh yeah, hidden deployment's the key. That's the whole key.
Okay, the FTO has drop bears. The forward deploy has crazy koalas. Gotcha.
Yeah, Nick, I had the exact same moment over the weekend because I was chatting to one of the WA players.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a difference there that would confuse people.
Big time.
So, for everyone watching internationally, not everyone plays with such eccentric lists, but everyone in the top 5 in Australia does, unfortunately. So, we're moving on to second place, which is another eccentric player. It's going to be Mr. Ryan Kirby on Vanilla Combined. It's a double Cash Cuda list, or double Cash Cuda lineup. Are they the same list? No. Okay, so the first list is a Cash Cuda, 2 Ichadrons, 2 Imatrons, a Speculo, a Caliban Chain of Command, a Dadarazi, an R-Drone, and a Predator, with Norkius Hacker LT, an E-Drone, a Morat Vanguard Beast Attack -3 HMG, linked with a Morat Vanguard Paramedic, and a Dartok.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
It's such a cheeky little link. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible, but whatever.
BS attack -3 does so much heavy
You would-
lifted, man.
Yeah, for
You
the
would with
points.
3 player.
I was going to say for the points, it looks terrible.
For the points, it's not bad, and you put the +1 SD on the pitcher.
Yeah,
Look,
it gives the
I
picture +1
agree
SD.
there. I think the SD on the pitch is really good. If I'm choosing a gun, I'm not choosing the Moira Vanguard because it's basically a worse Q drone.
It's fun.
I get my whole burst and reactive though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
And
I think. By the way, Tristan, I think the difference here is I think I was chatting to Kirby. The second list is, I think, pretty specifically for firefight because of the lieutenant setup.
okay, so the second list adds a Gryphop in place of the Caliban chain of command. Norkius is still the hacker, but not the LT. And we have a mentor lieutenant instead.
Mhm.
What does he
Good
drop
for
for the
fight.
mentor?
Oh, he's dropped the Dotterasi and the R drone.
Yeah, I think all 5 of Kirby's games ended up being Kashkuda kill.
Yeah.
One of the stories I heard was he one-tapped Achilles in a single order with the Kashkuda.
He one-tapped Josh's Achilles with fucking with a Cascuda, which is just.
I hadn't heard this
rude.
yet.
Beautiful.
So
Absolutely
the Kashkuda
beautiful.
landed in front of like everything. It took 2 wounds on the land. It ran around the corner, out of cover from memory. It shot at Achilles. Achilles rolled, I think Josh rolled like a 1 or something low, or missed entirely. Kirby crit like twice or something ridiculous, but Josh failed every single roll, and Achilles just exploded off the table.
That's so funny.
Amazing.
That's so funny.
Can I just quickly mention, so to the international community, they're like, what the fuck is going on with these lists? Something that needs to be mentioned is that all 5 players have been playing since early N3. Right. So
Yeah.
so Lachlan, Luke, Hector, Kirby, and myself have been playing since early N3. So I guess we've done the traditional list archetypes, and I guess we're all kind of finding our niches. And yeah, so that's why the list is so strange.
You're all hipsters.
All 5 of these, yeah.
It also shows that you can play weird lists, and as long as you know how to pilot them, you can do well.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best part of Infinity. It's not the list, it's you. Always has been, always will be.
Yeah, all the list does is it helps you.
Yes.
Are you willing, on pain of death, to play US Ariadne in the next event? You want to play US at CanCon?
The list has to have the options to take to play the mission first.
All right. Let's go with Kari.
I'm also just not that kind of person. I'm not an Infinity hipster yet. I'm a man with my crutches and my big sticks.
We know. You won with the Swiss guard. Oh, he's old news. We've got to go to the Hack Tower now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's awesome seeing a Cascade do well, though. And they're like,
Big time.
Because of Kirby. Kirby's like a super player.
Well, he's been trying to get it to do well for like 2 events now, because he was doing it at Border Bash as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. It's also to do with the fact that he's had another child, so he's like, I'm going to play something that I'm going to enjoy,
exactly.
And whatever happens. So that's a big part of it as well.
Even last year, Kirby was playing basically one Cosmo list. He had a display board. It had 15 models on it, and he just ran that. He ran it from Arc, Border Bash, all the way through to BCB, and then 1 BCB with it. So, like, he's doing the same thing here.
Well, he did the exact same thing with like Vanilla Yijing as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he just commits and does well.
Yeah. That's why he's so good with the fundamentals, because he just plays one list 50 times.
Yeah. Man of the hour, Val, take us through these 2 lists and tell us what missions they were for.
Basically, the 2.0 list, the first one with the Cyclone, that's a list that I've been playing a little bit longer. a bit more comfortable with. That's a list that can take board control. And it's a bit more defensive because they're the whole man missile launcher. And it's still got the picture projection. Whilst list 1.0, that one's my funky list, which I've been trying to make work. And hey, look, it went up in points. It's now illegal. So there you go.
What went up? Was it Denver?
No, I think
No, it's Spectre. Raul.
Oh, my God, Spectre went up.
No, he got buffed.
32 to 33.
He got buffed.
I got buffed.
Yeah, he did get a lot buffed.
He got
Okay.
massively buffed.
What'd they change?
His drop bear's got
Yeah, mate.
+1 special dice. He went up to martial arts level 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, martial arts level 3 is a big breakpoint. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge. But yeah, basically the 1.0 list, the one with Raoul Spectre, Mary Problems, and that list is there to scalpel. So I've got a lot of ways to kind of hit key pieces, and it's very mobile. It's a very mobile list. Whilst the other list has a very strong repeater presence and basically a big range of tools.
So should walk through the lists. What did you take in list number or 1.0?
Pardon, what was the question?
Oh, sorry. So list 1.0, group 1 is Mary Problems, 2 Flashbots, Evo Hacker, Ludicod, and a Motorized Bounty Hunter. And then group 2, we've got Interventor, HD Plus Lieutenant, Missilebot, Clockmaker with a Palbot, Stempler Zond, Perseus, and a Hollowman with Pitcher. Then Puppet Master with Forward Observer and Red Fury bots, a Zellenkrieger, and Raoul Spectre Parachutist.
Correct.
In group 2.0, we've got the Cyclone Salamander Pilot KHD, 2 Repeater Securitate, Kulak, HD Plus with Carbonite, Perseus in a Hollowman Link with a missile launcher and a Hollowman Hacker Tinbot, and a Meteor Zond. Then group 2 is, surprise, Interventor, HD Plus Lieutenant, Missilebot, the Ludicod, Clockmaker with Zondbot, an Evo Hacker, and another Flashbot.
Yep.
So Val, what was the process of arriving to these lists? Did you build them in anticipation of BCB? Or
the 2.0 was the list I was using from Arcanicon. I was just owning that one. I've actually played Nick with that list, or a list very similar to that, into his Morats a little while ago. Whilst list 1.0, the one with Mary Problems, that was a list designed to make Mary Problems work. So that whole list was designed around making Mary Problems viable. And I've been tuning that one. The idea was to, I guess, slot compress as much as possible with Mary Problems by minimizing how many hackers I take. Initially, it was just Mary Problems, but that wasn't working because I needed the Interventor for the white noise as well. So, yeah, eventually I got that to work. And the whole list is built around making Mary Problems work, hence the whole man with the picture. And the missile bot and all the rest of it.
So you're basically saying the first list is a leftovers, and the second list is just a spite list. It's just everyone saying you can't make Mary work, and you go, no, fuck you, I'm going to make Mary work.
Yeah, kind of. I think there's genuine play, and I wanted to explore that, and I really wanted to learn to use Perseus and Raoul Spectre. So I thought I may as well make a list with both of them in the list, so that way when I play them, I'll get to learn how to use both because they're both in the list, and then eventually I'll take one out, and then I never took one out. So,
all right. So Val, game 1.
Yep.
Explain to me. You were saying before that you were very particular with your choice of grudge match, or even having a grudge match in the first place.
Yeah. This is the hack in tournaments, guys.
Explain it to us.
So basically, if you want to win a 2-day event, I've played a lot of 2-day events and I haven't won any. So I've come up with this hack where you just grudge match somebody far inferior to you. This was Chris. It's so rude. No. Yeah, basically, I grudged Chris round 1, and the list I was always going to use was 1.0, just because of Raoul being able to move 8-2 and plant the beacon. So, yeah.
All right. So following that, we didn't really see anything from you until round 5, top table. So take us through your rounds 2 through 4.
Yeah, so round 2, I played against ALF and I ran list 2.0 just because I was worried for B-Pong. I was always going to run that for B-Pong just because B-Pong is a mission that you kind of want to advance up the board and take board control, and I can do that with the secret and repeaters and kind of project my list a bit. Game 3 was against TAC, which was actually quite lucky because I played a lot of TAC, but it was a TAC list like I've never seen before. And I used list 1.0 with Mary Problems. And I got lucky there because he actually had a lot of Kazakhs and Frontovics on suppression, and it made it really hard because I don't really have guns in that list, but I was able to spotlight them and guide them, so that was really useful. Game 4 against Frank, him playing Bakunin, I had to use list 2.0 because you can insulate the Interventor from the long bomb pitcher using the Salamander Pilot and the Kulak Hacker. So you can kind of deploy them in front of your Interventor, so that way if they do a long bomb pitcher, they kind of have to fight all your hackers at once. So that was that. And then against Hector, I had to use 2.0 just because it's more defensive, and I knew he had a base hunter who could assassinate Mary and my Interventor too easily. Did that answer your question? Still looking at me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So would you still take Mary
Yeah, absolutely.
in future lists? Okay.
Yeah, I think Mary's really good. I think one of the things that I got better with Mary was moving her up the table as you're performing the hacking programs. So when you land the picture, you move her up the board as you're hacking, so you're getting closer to the objectives. And you're always leaving her on elevated surfaces because she's got the climbing plus. And if you really think she's a danger, you just Simon Mask her. Having Burst 3 Oblivion is just really, really nice. It's really, I can't explain how strong that is.
How many?
It wasn't working against the Zeta.
You took this list for what,
Zeta.
2 games, or was it 3?
That list I used around 1 and 3.
Did you forward deploy her in both rounds, or in none of them?
I deployed her forward in both rounds. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Mary was
Chris.
Yeah, Mary was quite lucky to live in the first round, if I'm honest.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. It was 2 13s versus 113. She was dodging, and then he was shooting me with a body shotgun. Press 2.
But it's not catastrophic if she dies, right? Like, you'd rather lose Mary than your Interventor.
Yeah, absolutely. Both lists are hinged on the Interventor. They're not hinged on Mary. Mary just gives me a lot of options going forward. And the AP on her Trinity also allows her to go after big hackers. And Oblivion Burst 3, so if you're ever fighting like a multi-wound hacker like a Caronted or the Anathematic, you want to Oblivion them first, so that way they're not hacking back. And doing Burst 3 with Oblivion gives you the capacity to disable them and then go after them, or the Stigmaton as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's because if you're just going for the Trinity, you're eventually going to lose one of those fights, and then she's going to die. But if you can disable their hacking device, they can't hack you back, and they're resetting at -9, then you can really wreak havoc.
Something that I'm curious about, because like you are pretty known for doing stuff that is off the wall, and there is a fair bit here that is like super unique to you. Yeah. You're still playing the Interventor Lieutenant. Does that mean that Gusk that is just the best Lieutenant in Gusk, or is there like other things that you were considering, or does it just come down to that Interventor?
the interventor gives the white noise, and neither of the lists have enough guns to go without white noise. So I've got smoke in Perseus and Zellenkreger in kind of both lists, but I don't have enough guns to find my way through. So I just had to have white noise, and I'm like, if I'm gonna have an interventor, they may as well be lieutenant. So
Yeah, so you get the white noise for one order for free, or you get a free cyber mask, right?
Yeah. But the craze is very viable. I think the craze is a very viable lieutenant. Yeah, I think you definitely, and look, you actually get a surprising amount of warhorse if you want in Gusk. So, and that's the other thing with the Cyclone, the 2.0 list. There's actually 2 warhorse in the Securitate, so I wasn't, and the lieutenant's a lot more protected. So, I guess it was a lot more forgiving if I did lose my lieutenant.
Yep. Did you get much guided going over the weekend, or was it just sort of there as a bit of a distraction kind of effects?
No, quite a lot. Game 3, guided pull. Game 1, obviously, killing the Ment, putting my Chris into loss. So I managed to disable the Zeta with Oblivion, and
that was such a well placed picture. That just caught them both. It was so.
Yeah, that was just a little bit lucky, but also, you kind of had to see it. And I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, I gotta go for this. And game 3, my opponent had so many neg 9 people on suppression that I just couldn't fight them. He had 2 Vet Kazakhs and 2 Frontifics on suppression in my forward zone. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Yeah,
I just threw smoke and then shot pitches where I needed them, and then just guided them. A lot of them got a spotlit on the way in, so some of them were already spotlit. So it was very useful.
Hell yeah!
What's your professional view on the whole linked pitches and guided as a strategy in N5? Doesn't need to look
your
at
actual opinion, not the character of Val's
CB.
opinion.
Not CB is the greatest company in the world.
Yes.
Opinion. Look, it's quite taxing. Some factions do it better than others. I think it's a good tool for the game in terms of in terms of another form of assassination and list scalping. I'm pro guided.
Yep. What about linked pitches?
Linked pitches. That's fine. Okay. It's just to be now with baggage being around, making it easier to reload your pitches. I don't know, it just kind of changes your target priority. So generally when you face your opponent, you're like, I want to kill their big attack piece. Now it just changes all right, well, now I'm going to get rid of their pitcher projection, right? So it's just different. It just changes what's important in your target acquisition or sort of thing. So you kind of look at your opponent's list and understand how their list works, and it just puts a big target on the head of their pitcher projection.
That makes sense.
Looking at the Val of 5 years ago versus the Val of now, what do you think the skills that you've developed, what are the most important ones? What's had the most impact on your gameplay?
In this tournament, it's understanding my opponent's lists. Both these lists require, especially the Merit Problems list, it requires you to understand how the opponent's list functions to then be able to do have maximum effect. Because I've got drop troops in both lists. I've got pitchers in both lists. Guided isn't a tool to do mass damage. It's about doing specific target removal. So the more you understand how their list functions, the better that tool is. So I think I've got better at understanding my opponent's list at the table, and I think I have improved defensively. I've always been a very defensive player, but I'm trying. I've also got a little bit better attacking as well. So I've become a bit more aggressive in that sense. So that's That's probably the difference.
You definitely demonstrated during this tournament just a very, very good ability to scalpel like important stuff against Chris. Like, I mean, getting the Ment and the Zeta was like, sure. I think realistically you might have been able to get them both anyway, even if Chris put them further apart.
Yep.
And against Hector, you were like, I need to reveal the camo. The camo is the thing that is going to ruin me in this mission. It's not even, it's like some of the cheapest shit in the list, but those Yamabushis and the Beast Hunter just need to die.
Yep.
The Yamabushi would have just come down that flank and dodged into the console at the end of turn 1 and scored him a point.
Yep.
And then I was glad to get them. I would have really loved to get the Beast Hunter. But hey, what can you do?
Well, that's another thing, because like just your ability to not tilt, because I think like 90% of Infinity players would have just not given up, but like written the game off almost after that Beast Hunter into the Hollow Man. Like, I think we got several comments from people who were watching the stream like, oh yeah, like I tuned out after like the Beast Hunter was in the fucking chicken coop. Just your ability to not tilt and just like play through that is honestly incredible.
I was pretty tilted, but like, yeah, that was as tilted as I get. I was so frustrated. It was just so annoying. He wasn't going down, and like Perseus found his dodge on 13, like, and just burning straight to death. It was just so annoying. The only thing that kind of I guess kept me cool is the fact that I knew I could get my classified off them, and I thought I'd be able to kill the Beast Hunter fairly quick and get on my turn. But then at the start of my turn 2, he just kept dodging, and it was just I had to shoot him with my Dementor Lieutenant to bring him down at the end. That's
insane. Yeah, especially when it doesn't have cover as well after that.
Yeah, it was nightmare fuel. But yeah, it's also that also kind of the fact that I just kept in mind the mission. I'm like, well, look, this mission is very hard to score, and even though he's done a lot of damage, I can still defend and just play for the draw or play for my classified, which is how it worked out, I guess. So yeah,
100%.
It was good. Yeah, no, but like it's the one thing I will say. Haven't played this game for like God knows how many years. The desire to win in that last round, I've never kind of had that as much as I did that round, because I'm like, man, I've come close so many times. I'm like, I'm finally like, I have a chance. I'm like, I really wanted it. And yeah, it was a really interesting feeling, because I think my sportsmanship suffered from that a little bit, as you can probably see on the stream. But yeah, it was just such like I don't
think so.
So if 100% is max sportsmanship, Hector dropped down to a 5 out of 10, and you met him halfway at like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I think I probably started the drop though. But anyway, I was tilting pretty fucking hard. So yeah, I don't know, but it's interesting. That's a whole discussion, and it's going to be a podcast in itself. Like the biggest compliment I can pay to anyone in the R community is Luke, because he just like he's come very close to winning several times, but he plays the same game no matter how hard he's getting smashed. How much is on the line? He just keeps it. He keeps it
trucking.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
You're kind of in that club now, because remember, Luke did win the first BCB after COVID.
Yep.
So maybe he got that, and he's gone, I've done it. I've done pretty much everything I need to do. I'm just, I'm never going to get, I'm not going to get better than that. So I'm just going to...
potentially, but he's also his character. He's just a really good sport. So
the appreciation of the pressure to win is really nice.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, and like I've played this game since like early in 3, right? In 2 even I played, but I wasn't it wasn't much of a scene. It was just a bunch of mates in the backyard or whatever. So yeah, absolutely, I definitely wanted it, and I've become very close several times. So yeah, it was very nice to finally get it.
Do you
anticipate? Hector's won everything, so like, you know what? I was gonna beat Hector. I'm glad I beat Hector because I don't feel so bad because he bloody won everything.
Do you anticipate yourself kind of feeling that desire again? Is it like, I've tasted it now?
Yeah, but I definitely want to do it in a way where I'm much closer to Luke's, I guess, Zen state, where I'm just like playing as clean as possible and like just keeping it steady.
I think that's very important. Infinity is a game you can easily try and like do some sneaky shit and take advantage. But yeah, like
the temptation can always be there. Not saying that I did any of that, but like the temptation in Infinity, the engine requires so much trust between the players that as soon as anyone's acting in bad faith,
even with stuff as basic as like lieutenant decoy, like where your hidden deployment was, all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched Ivory's game with Jacob, and I think Ivory killed Jacob's lieutenant because he had like 2 decoys or whatever. And Jacob was just there, like, yep, you got him. And like there was still 2 moderators alive, and like, it was like I'm sure it could have been very tempting for Jacob. Like, oh no, you got the wrong one, but I don't know. It's a game based on honesty.
That was very funny because that was Jacob. I think, what was his words? I think he said, I think Ivory only heard "got lucky," and Jacob said, "I got lucky," and Ivory heard "you got lucky." So Ivory thought they killed the right moderator, and Jacob was telling them, "No, I got lucky. You killed the wrong moderator."
Oh, is that what happened? I thought Ivory got right, but my bad.
No.
That's crazy. Yeah. But the pressure to kind of win in that final round was a lot, and it was pretty tense. And it's funny that chewing gum I was chewing. I actually bit inside my lip halfway through round 3.
Oh, really?
In my mouth for like all of Hector's last turn. It was hilarious.
Your brain was just secreting stress hormone the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Even Daniel did. Even Dan was around there. He didn't want to come up to me. He's like, it was just him and Will like stood off, and they're like, this is too much.
When like Dan called me over to do with like the time at the end of the round, I felt like I was going to get something thrown at me.
No, that was tough. Yeah, that was tough. No, look, what I'm really glad about, I guess, with these 2 lists is they're very much the list and pieces that I like, and I played a list the way I want to play, and I'm very glad to be able to win with this sort of list without having to kind of cookie cutter as much as might be expected on the IGL forums or whatever. But also, I think, I'm not sure if it's as Unicorn, having looked at the other 4 players, like everyone's going off script a little bit, because I think in Infinity, when you list build, I think it's more important to have tools than guns for me. Right.
I think this edition especially, N5 feels a lot more open than N4 did, even though N4 was a very, very open kind of edition.
Yeah.
Like N5, it feels like you can do pretty much whatever you want, and if you are good at that, you are going to find success.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think, and with the new ITS package, that's going to change everything as well. Again, it's really actually quite an exciting time to play Infinity, to be honest.
It's always an exciting time to play Infinity.
It really is almost like a Val ITS packet. Like the amount of experimentation you can pull off from like even just 2 of those missions, like double DZ, you can pull some great stuff off. Attacker Defender, super interesting.
There's a lot of cool stuff in the new ITS. So, yeah. Do you guys want to have any more questions around these lists? Anything that stands out to you as like obvious or weird or?
Well, it's all weird.
It is. I was about to say, it is just, they're 2 very weird lists, but like the results speak for themselves, basically. Like,
Okay, I've got one then.
Yep.
Do you think your experience in TAC helped you deal with the number of S4 bases that you brought in Tunguska?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in TAC I played a lot of S4 bases with like the motorbikes and the Kuyas or tractables, whatever you want to refer to them as. Yeah, that definitely helped. The ability to find places in your deployment where if they go down behind a barrier and you can bring them back into the game. That's something I got from TAC. Absolutely. The thing that I learned with Tunguska was the repeater presence, spreading the repeater presence across the front line as like a blade of defense from the heavier stuff. And having the all important the Lunacod. In TAC, I learned to fork arrows quite well, and the Lunacod was a piece that allows me to do that all in one, as well as bringing a repeater with it.
Not even in TAC, like all the way back to ISS. Like,
Yeah.
you've been forking people since N3, really.
Well, yeah, you guys can blame Rob Cantrell because I think he was the one who turned the concept. I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that. You can give people like no good options. That's cool.
What's in the future for Val?
I've got 5 lists across 4 factions. I've got Steel Phalanx, Torchlight Brigade. I got a new Gusk list, and I've got some TAC lists I want to play as well. So, but yeah, it'll be TAC. TAC's going to be the one I'm going to go with. My round 3 opponent actually inspired my new lists, where I'm running double Vet Kazakh Fort Observers as a duo, and a 6-man link with Varhonen. So that'll be interesting.
I actually, so recently I had someone talk to me about how do I get better? I played this and I played into TAC. I'm like, oh, it mustn't have been too bad. You played into TAC. The list they played into was double Vistral, double Courier, double Antipode, 3 Strelok Mine Layers.
What in the world?
Yeah. And he's like, I couldn't do anything. I'm like, I don't blame you because that is brutal.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I don't know. It's all very exciting because at the end of the day, the missions are what you need to do. So you'll just have to build your list a little bit for that. So yeah, we'll see.
What's some advice for budding intermediate players? We are an intermediate podcast after all. What's the gap between a good player, like a top 15, a top 10? What's the difference to kind of hit this consistent top 5?
Do the reps with your list, trust your list, and piece. And if a piece fails you one game, don't give up on it. Raul Spector failed me so many games, and Mary Problems failed me so many games leading up to the event. The profiles that are more expensive and weird, they take practice to use well. And yeah, so basically repetition and not giving up on profiles and ideas that you've got. So that's probably the advice, because often players are like Dan and Taj, the easy examples for me. They play a list once, win, lose, or draw. They change it next time, and that's fine. Change your list, but have like a backbone to your list. Like have 200, 150 points, 200 points in your list, which is like the backbone, and then pivot around the sides of it. So that way you're getting reps with like the core or the backbone of your list, and then you're flexing the rest of it to kind of do what you felt was missing last game, instead of changing the whole thing from the scratch.
Yeah,
I think if you scratch the whole list and start again every time, I don't know. That doesn't work for me, basically.
I think one way that helps, at least me, do that is go to games days where you'll get in 2 games or 3 games in the same day.
Yep.
So you don't have time in between to sit there and overthink tweaking your list.
Yep.
Because otherwise, if you get in like 1 game a week, you've got all that time in between to go, oh, did that model not work? Or did it just not have a good role in that game? Oh, let's drift it out and try something else. And then you don't quite get the reps in of knowing the list because it keeps changing.
Exactly, and you might not have the right target. So, for example, you might come up if I use the Marion list and I went to games day and I face attack players, right? And I'm like, oh well, I'm paying for all this hacking. It's not doing it. It's like, well, no, it's like you didn't have the right targets or you didn't have the right problems that you have solutions for. So you didn't get to really flex the list into its strengths. So yeah, I agree with Nick. If you're going to a games day or a tournament. Or whatever, or you're gonna have like multiple games, just run the same list, just get a feel for it. That's probably that'd be my biggest advice. And also like take a minute at the start of a game or at any point of the game to kind of look at your opponent's list and be like, how does this list work? And try and get a rough understanding. It's like what's their list trying to do, and what's it gonna do well, and what's it gonna struggle with. And if you kind of see if it hinges on a piece or two, and you kind of impede that piece or take that piece away from them and make the list really kind of less efficient, that helps as well. But that takes a lot of game knowledge, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What's the list building process? So let's say you're starting brand new.
Uh-huh.
Let's say the Mary Problems list. You kind of hinged it on Mary Problems, but it must have been more than just trying to make Mary work.
The list hinged on Mary, Raoul, and Perseus, right? So I wanted to. The idea was to get better at using Raoul and Perseus, like I said previously, and I wanted to use Mary. And I'm like, you know what? I think I can write a list in Tunguska where I only have one hacker with Mary, right? And I still have, and then that compresses my slots, and that means I have more room for tools. Eventually, the interventor came in, and then as I was cycling through how to make Mary work, it came to me that, hey, the Holloman picture would be great. And then I'm like, you know what would be nice with the Holloman? Oh, Perseus. Oh, you know what would be nice with Perseus? Raoul. So then the idea was, I've got this Harris of these deadly things going up the board, throwing pitches, and then positioning Raoul and Perseus in like a prime position for turn 2 assaults, where I've got 2 Mim 6 combat dudes just coming through the lines. That was the idea, right, of the list. And then it slowly evolved where I'm like, no, Raoul has to be a drop troop and he has to affect the game in a different manner. He can't be starting on the board with Perseus. So that's how the list evolved. But the idea did start with Mary and Raoul and Perseus being on the table. So, yeah. Whilst the other list, that started with an idea of having hacker supremacy, but also be able to take board control through the Securitate repeater. So that link under the disco ball, I've got disco ball, I can push up that link and I can take board control. I can get that link into any position I want. And that way, for those missions where you're kind of competing over that middle zone of the table, I've kind of got, a link that can kind of push on and do that. Whilst I've still got the Harris of the Holloman hacker, and Perseus that can kind of go off and do other things as well. So that's how the list evolved. But I guess, to answer the question, how do you start a list? Find a model you like. Find a play style you want to do better at. So if you want to be aggressive, you build a list where you put in pieces that you think are good at alpha striking, and then build from that. Or if you want to be defensive, find the defensive pieces in your faction and start with that.
So
I think that's really good advice.
It is. But it also hinges. I think it also hinges on experience. Obviously, even new to intermediate players are going to struggle kind of understanding what's necessary to make Mary work, or you've got a list number 2 and the biggest gun in it is a puppet bot Red Fury or a guided missile bot.
Yep.
No, it's Perseus with his breaker combi.
Well, so you're like, how do I make this work? You need experience to kind of make it work.
Some of the easiest default advice to give in Infinity is just play more games. Play games against people who are better than you, play games with the purpose of learning. I know something Val does, which I don't think he's talked about, is like he will just put a bunch of things that he wants to test in a list altogether and just limit test them and then start eliminating things one by one, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's right. You just put things in the list that you want to see how it'll perform on the table. Because sometimes, I've been playing this game for a very long time. I'll read a profile and I'll be like, and then when I put it on the table, I'm like, oh, this is what it actually does.
Yeah.
Like there's a big difference between having something on the table and reading the profile. Like you get like 95% of what the model does by reading the profile usually, but there is something that is missing what's on the table.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I definitely advise people to give profiles. Like that's why I go with TAC with those queers. Like until I put them on the table, like these are trash, right? And then I think Doug's like, just put it on the table, and I did, and I'm like, oh, you mean,
they're really good.
Yeah, they're really good. They're some of the most damaging guns in the faction. So yeah, definitely. It also depends. I guess depends how much time you have to play Infinity. I guess that's a tough one. We're very lucky where we got James Stallard who hosts games days, and you got to get 2-3 games in a day here and there. We have quite a good tournament scene where yourself, Tristan, make a lot of sacrifice and run a lot of events. So there's good opportunities to like limit tests, and we've obviously got the 2 days. But yeah, just put things in the list, try them out, and go from there. And don't give up on them if they fail after one game. That's the other thing. Yeah.
So, in true Australian champion fashion,
yes.
What would you pick from your list that needs to be nerfed into the ground by CB?
What needs to be nerfed into the ground by CB?
What is in either of these lists? Like, what is the most egregious,
the Lunar
most
Cod.
powerful? Yeah, does the Lunar Cod need to go up 5 points because an emitter is just so powerful?
Yeah, that's a good question.
If you want to make like the largest number of Tunguska players angry, you say the Interventor.
The thing is, I was lucky enough where not enough players that I faced went after the Interventor hard.
It's because you always make the armor saves.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But the Interventor's like very strong, but also very vulnerable to certain situations. It does have cyber mask, so it keeps it safe. I would have to say it's got to be pitchers. Anything with a pitcher. It is in Tunguska. It's so between the Cyclone and the Holloman with pitcher. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't think it breaks the game, but it doesn't break the game at all. It's all part of the game. But if I have to answer that fucking beta question, that's what I would say.
That's
exactly the.
We're going to send a long-worded email saying that pitchers are absolutely broken. The champion of Australia agrees with us.
Jesus. Horrible. I hate that I even answered that question. I should just done.
I'm surprised you even answered it. Honestly.
I'll throw you a curveball. What in this list isn't up to par? What do you think in this list actually needs to be improved? Is there something here that actually reads as potentially necessary, but kind of not underpowered, but maybe needs a little bit of help?
Mary Problem's really hard to use, but I think she's fine. But she is hard to use. The Ludicord is awkward, but 8-2 does go a long way to fixing it. I think Zone Cream's a shit.
Interesting. Yep. Berserk changes. Berserk changes
They did not make the transition to N5 gracefully, I think.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. I don't think they're amazing. By the way, the Zonnauts, the Transductors in Tunguska, they're Fizz 11, so double Gizmo kits from the Clockmaker is actually legit. So that's just a fun fact.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's such a random thing.
Are they actually Fizz 11?
They
for
are
some
actually
reason?
Fizz 11.
Huh.
That's
It's so strange.
that's such a CB thing to do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I think the Cyclone is really good. I don't think I'm not. Why am I answering these beta questions?
Well, Val, I've just looked at 4 factions and all flashbots are Fizz 11, so you're talking out your
Yeah.
ass.
oh,
really?
you're talking out of your ass.
There you go. I thought it was unique to Nomads. I thought it was.
So the answer is Merry Problems is hard to use, and
Merry Problems
nerf pitches.
Cyclone. Yeah, and the Cyclone's like, it's not a reliable fullback. It's like okay, you've given me a really good target. I'll risk it.
100%.
So like,
Alright.
you're saying you want the Ludicod on a Vostok chassis?
Yeah, as in like full base.
As in 2 wounds.
As in 2 wounds and min 6.
Yeah, Ludicod with 2 wounds would be insane. The Ludicod's a really good piece. It's like you can do both defensive and offensive duty. It's really, really, really good. And yeah, that's something I'd recommend to players to just use the Ludicod. You'll see for yourself.
All right, trifecta of shit questions.
Go on.
What does the game need? Well, not need. What would you add more of in Infinity?
I think exactly what CB did. The refreshing of the ITS of the missions.
Yeah.
I think it, CB are right on the money.
So cop out answer. I want something that's not in the game.
What does the game need?
Sorry, not what the game needs, but what do you want more of in the game?
I'd like to see doctors more useful.
I agree, actually. Engineers have completely overshadowed doctors, and it's not even close.
Yeah, engineers are reliable. The Rem Prez makes taking Rems and justifying an engineer a lot easier than doctors. Doctors just, between shock and having one state of unconscious, doctors just don't seem worth it to me.
Give doctors to mirror turrets a throwable QAZ creature. I can be trusted with this, CB.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Oh, so we have seen a hint of that with the French, where several of their models now have medkit phys equals 14.
Yeah, like Bipandra in Pano has Doctor reroll -3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're working on it.
They're trying.
Yeah.
It sounds like something.
But I agree, there's definitely more they could do to make doctors more on par with engineers.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say as well, to just go back to the list real quickly, both lists have a drop troop. I highly recommend running a hidden troop or a drop troop in your lists. It just changes the game. It just changes your outs really nicely. The Meteorzon's going to be one of the best drop troops in the game for me. The sensor, the super jump, the super movement, the repeater presence, the forward observing ability, and specialist ability. And the M carbine in the bum is really, really nice as well. It's super model. Against Hector, I was really, as I was walking up the stairs to do the interview, I really wanted to go back and deploy and keep the Meteors on as my reserve and actually deploy it on the table. Because I kind of knew where my Ludicon was going, so having that as a reserve was a bit of a waste. And I was like, so I'm like, we're going to get started. But I was really close to just having the Meteors on, deploy on the table, and just zoom up the table.
Okay.
So it's kind of all about those options, eh?
Yep. Yeah, that's actually just quickly. So with this tournament being a satellite, I'm going to plan to go to Spain. Any advice? Any thoughts? What faction do you guys think I should take with me? Yeah.
I want to say Tunguska because you won with Tunguska, but TAC is kind of like your blood.
TAC is like, I can't imagine Val without TAC.
I think you could break more people's meta perception with TAC than with Tunguska.
Yep. I also think these lists don't have enough guns for an open table.
No, they don't. Not. They have no guns, Val.
Yeah, like I've got the smoke and white noise, but I think I would be crippled on.
Yeah. Val, your event's going to be 7 players of all NCA, and a single bolt sniper is just going to lock you down.
It'd be horrible. Yeah.
Sorry, I should react like that, but that is the most Val thing I've ever heard in my life. It's just like, maybe I should play a gun at some point, guys.
Maybe.
I've got a Sally for sale if you want it, Val.
Yeah, I've got a Sally.
I would never own the Sally.
Just put the Kreezer in the list. Just put some Kreezer in some lists.
Well, when I first started Tunguska, I was running the Kreezer quite a bit. So this is like an evolution of my Tunguska experience. So Helena Kovac is probably one of the last models I haven't managed to get into the list yet. So yeah.
Okay. I think that pretty much covers everything.
If there's any questions from the audience, hit us up in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise...
Anyway, if you are interested in being one of our audience members for these episodes, you can head over to patreon.com/lossoflieutenant and become one of our lovely cocks. And you can ask Tristan how his day is going, just like Tim did.
My day is going well. It's been a long one though. Jesus.
Yeah. Did Josh come by and you guys play Infinity all day and then you had to do the cast?
Yeah. But we had I was half playing a game, half recording a game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so did get the best of both worlds.
Maybe for the audience, but for me it's the worst of both worlds.
Yeah. That sounds like a struggle.
Oh, it's so stressful.
Yeah. But
yeah. So I guess until next time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Unless
I have been Jordan.
I've been Nick.
I've been Tristan.
And I've been Val.
Yeah, good night everyone.
And we will see you guys next time.